This is a sickle mower. I did a thread the other day about mowing with horses and donkeys and gasoline mowers. This mower is mounted on a gasoline mower. You see here, this knife goes back and forth, and it works like a scissors on that knife there. And the whole mower, this mower is 5 feet of knives. When I have my Belgians, I could pull 7 feet. I could pull a 7-foot sickle mower. Now this is a modern, newly invented German knife. On this one, these pieces, where's my hand, which are the guards, move, and these pieces move, and the knives go between the metal and the guards, like here, and that's where your scissors action happens, right in there. On older ones, the guards are fixed, and the knives go back and forth. It's still a scissors action. This one's more efficient. It takes less energy to run it. This one's run off a tractor PTO. That thing there spins at 540 RPMs. It comes down here and it spins a pulley, and then inside this red thing there's just a big old fan belt, and the fan belt goes from that end over to that end. You can see that the knife moves faster. And these work on the same principle when they're pulled by a horse. The only difference is that instead of that PTO pulling it, instead of the engine driving the spin thing, wheels drive it, and there's a gear, and that drives this. But it's the same exact principle. This is a sickle mower. It's an old-fashioned hay mower. Now they use a thing called a disc mower, and I don't own one. Disc mowers require a lot more power. And so they take a bigger tractor, and they take a PTO that spins faster. This is my little John Deere 790 here. This is a 3-cylinder diesel, Japanese. It says John Deere on it, but really it's a Yanmar. And so I'm going to show you how this moves. I'm going to show you a picture of it moving here, and then I'm going to show you how it mows. Okay, there's the thing spinning. It's back here. Now that would cut my fingers off, it would cut a dog's legs off. Very powerful. Okay, now I've made 3 passes here. Typically you'd go around, but because of the way I've got my farm laid out, I'm only mowing one direction, and I'm coming back. These 3 passes are down, and that pass is still standing. I'm going to go get the tractor, and I'm going to come down here. I'm going to mow one run. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put a link up to the horses mowing, and you'll see that basically the tractor's not much faster than the horses. Because it's a matter of how much grass you can mow per minute. Folks just play it out hydraulically, sometimes they won't. In that horse mower thing, you see that young lady stop the horses, and then she puts all her weight down on a pedal, and she steps down on the pedal and pulls on a lever. And what that does is that raises the knife out of the grass so she can turn. It has the same general effect all this hydraulic crap does, except it's more energy efficient. Now that's all I'm going to mow today, and that's not very much. I'll be able to gather that up in an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at the absolute most. And it'll feed the donkeys for a week or about that much. It takes me, an hour's work to get it takes me a few hours of my work to get a week's work out of the donkeys. I could be mowing this with a donkey drawn mower if I had one, in the same general time frame. It wouldn't be slower or anything, except for the time it would take me to harness them. I could be raking it with the donkeys. I'll take some videos when I rake this so you can see that process. I'm not feeling very well this summer. I don't really know what's wrong. I'm a lot weaker than I was last year, and so I don't know if this is going to go on. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to continue to farm. It's kind of sad, but getting old is getting old, and you don't get to vote. So anyway, that'll lay. I'll let that lay for 1 to 2 days, and it'll dry in the sun, flat like that. And then I'll come over with a rake, and I'll rake it in, and I'll rake it from both sides this way into what's called a windrow, and that'll be a pile that's tall and fluffy and loose, and the breeze can blow through it, and then it'll finish drying. Because now, like, what's on top will dry, but what's laying against the ground won't dry very well here. So that's the second step, and then the third step in modern farming is to run through with some kind of a baler and bale it, but I don't do that step, so my third step is just to run through with donkeys in a cart and gather it up. Baling makes it more compressed and enables you to store more of it per cubic foot of barn space. And also, if you use a big baler, it enables you to do it without using any strength at all. I could do all this till I was 90 probably if I'd use all gasoline machinery. And that's one reason that farmers rely so heavily on the gasoline machinery now, because young people can't afford to farm. It's all old guys. Not entirely, but mostly. So anyway, that's the step right now, and I'm just I'll leave this, and I may link it, I don't know. Anyway, that's all for right now. Bye.